Okay, so we're recording from the beginning this week. And this week we're going to cover just a few things. I want to review a few things we talked about last week, and I actually want to show you some results that I experienced. Last week I kind of talked to you guys about tagging and kind of the importance of tagging your books. And I just want to show you what I've been able to accomplish over the last week. Let's jump over to Amazon, and I'm going to show you what my book has done. Now I talked to you about tag. Let me bring up my book first. H1 or die. All right, let's bring up my book, and I want to show you what, just for a refresher for some of you. Any of your books, you can bring your book up and have it right here on the page like I do. And if you go down here, there's a section right here that are called tags customers associate with this product. And what that does is it's like other people voting for your product. It's other people voting for your, Mary, you're not seeing the screen. Can everybody else see my screen? Just type a yes in the chat window if you can see my screen. Yeah, it looks like everybody. Mary, you may have to drop out of the webinar and come back in. Maybe you didn't. There's a go-to loads a driver. It looks like everybody else is saying yes. So, Mary, you might want to, unless you're just on the phone, Mary, if you're not on the computer, it looks like she dropped off, so she's going to try to come back in. But what these tags do is they're like votes from other people that say, you know, what your book is about. And you can add these yourself. So initially, you add your own tags to your book. So what I've been able to do over the last week, and I'm going to show you how I did it, you can see how these tags have gone up. Like for my name, it's been tagged 65 times. For SEO, because that's what my book is about, it's been tagged 57 times. For search engine optimization, 57 times. What I did is I actually paid people to tag it for these three categories. And I'm going to show you why that's important. And this is just one little piece of getting your book to rank well. So let's say I'm just a normal person and I go to Amazon and I want a book on SEO. So I type in SEO and I'm going to find a listing. Now I'm not listed here yet, but let's say I decide, well, this is the first listing. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at this book because it's the first one that came up. So then if you scroll down as you're looking through this book and you read about it, this is the neat thing. Looking for SEO products, look whose book is #1 for the other customers suggested these items. And if you do it for those tags that I gave you by my name and by search engine optimization, I'm going to show up in that #1 spot because it says right here, suggested by 64 customers. So I've actually been able to put myself in front of other people even by utilizing somebody else's book. I'm showing up here. Now I'm working on the other to actually show up for #1, but this is just phase 1 that I wanted to show you guys how powerful the tagging is. Because after just getting 64 tags, and I'll tell you exactly, to get these 64 tags, it cost me, let's see, it cost me $6.40 in order to put my book here. And I'm going to show you exactly how I did that tonight. And I'm working on also, the next phase will be when you type in SEO, then I'm going to be in the #1 spot here. And that's my next phase, and then I'll show you guys exactly how I get there too. So there's kind of two areas that we want to take over, the actual general listings, and then when you're tied to the tags down here, to the actual book, you want to be tied there. So what I did in order to accomplish that is, some of you may have heard of MTurk. It's an Amazon, it's kind of like an outsourcing place where you can go for resources in order to, you basically set up tasks for people to do, and it's really cheap. And it's kind of like, it's a little bit like Odesk, but it's a little, it takes a little more to understand it. So I'm gonna show you how I set this up, and I'll put this link in the members section for you. But Amazon, and it's funny, Amazon actually owns Mechanical Turk. And what you do is you come in here and you want to actually get workers. You want to put money in your account. You want to put tasks, and then you're going to get the results, which the results are exactly what I got. So let me, as a requester, let me jump in and I'll show you exactly how I set this up, because it really didn't take me more than about 5 minutes. And let me look at what you do is you set up a thing called a hit. So I set up a hit, and right now, 83 people have completed. I went for 250, and you really don't need that many. I was just trying to go overboard to show how effective it was. But let me see if I can actually go inside the hit to show you how I set it up. I set up the assignment. I just created a new assignment, and all I told the people was they had to go to Amazon and they had to select 3 tags about my book. So I already created the tags, and what I was going to do is for each person that did that, I would give them 10 cents. That's how it's only cost me, $6.40 so far. And I actually ordered a lot. I ordered 250, but I don't need that many. You can see I'm already in the first spot. I may just let it continue on, but I can cancel this if I want to. Let me see if I can actually look at, I was hoping I could show you the actual hit itself to show you how it works, but I don't. Let me see if I can go back here and take a look. Okay, tag it. I think I can look in here. Okay, here's what I did. So I set up the title, tagging a book on Amazon, and then here's the, I allotted 1 minute for the person to do it. I let it, the actual job, sit out there for 7 days, and I was willing to pay 10 cents, and I wanted 250. Now what you'd want to do is you'd want to research Amazon and take a look at your keyword. So what I would do is I would go to Amazon, and I would type the keyword in that I want to try to rank for. So in my case, it would have been, SEO is what I did, and then I looked at how many tags the #1 books had. So I looked at like this book here, and I wanted to see how many tags this book actually had. And if you go down to, all right, let's go to the tag section. Okay, here it is, as my computer catches up with me. Okay, here's the tag, tags customers. So this book has actually only been tagged 16 times for SEO. Search engine optimization 12, 8. So it didn't take much for me to outrank the #1 book in this category. So what you can do is you can look at, and even the next one that actually is in reference to this this girl, for some reason tagged her book with SEO. She had 39 people. So as long as you went above that, you're going to be in the #1 spot over here. So I just went all out, 250, and I can cancel this because I have more than enough now, but it's still running. So then you go to the design layout, and here's all I did. You can see right here. I put a link to my book, so I told them what they have to do. They have to go to this link, then they have to click, they have to arrow down to the tag, I tell them to the exact section, and then they have to just put a check mark in my name and SEO, and these are the 3 tags I wanted to hit on, SEO, my name, and search engine optimization. And I told them just make sure you placed a check mark, close your browser, and the assignment is complete, and then I told them to go back and double check, just click on that and make sure they've tagged the 3 words. And then I just put, did you complete this task? And they say yes. And once they do that, you can see that I have the results out there, and then they get paid 10 cents. And there's people all over that do these little kind of tasks like this for merely, you could probably bid 5 cents, but I decided to pay 10 cents, and it's been very effective. So that's how I've been able to accomplish the tagging very quickly and for $6.40. Yeah, Kid, I see you coming in. I'm going to, I didn't really, I wanted to show you guys this, but what I can do is I'll try to throw together a quick little a PDF file. I'll grab this content here for you, and I'll throw it into PDF to show you exactly, so you can see a sample of my ad and everything, and then you'll have the video to go back to as well. So that's the main thing. Now my next, like I told you, is I want to do where I type in the keyword, which is basically your list here. When you type in your keyword or for your main mark, I'm working on putting my book in the #1 spot here. You're off the screen. Alex, let's see, let me make sure my screen is showing on the right. Let me see, monitor 2, clean, monitor 2. Let's try that and see if, can everybody see my screen now? All right, yeah, good guess. I just want to make sure everybody can see everything. And what I can do too, I can always try to make this a little bit smaller to make sure everybody can see everything. Okay, so that's the tagging aspect, and the next feature I'm working on, like I said, is I want to try to take over this #1 spot, and once I'm able to do that, then I'll let you guys know how you can do that as well. All right, let me close out of this, and I need that and a whiteboard. That was the main thing I wanted to cover, just to go back and review the tagging and show you the results there. Another really neat thing that I want to show you that I've launched, and I haven't even. They're probably going to get mad at me because I'm going to let you guys know about this tonight, but I guess they'll just have to deal with it. I haven't told support. Actually, Rob doesn't even know about this yet, so you guys will be. He knew. I kind of talked to him about it, but can you move load to the right? Only can see half. Alex, I'm not sure why you're not being able to see. I mean, as long as you're in full screen, this should be sharing my entire screen, so you should be able to see everything. So let me jump over here. Now, like I said, I haven't told our staff on this. I decided to do this the other day because I thought it would make it easier for everybody involved in the Mastermind group. But what I've done is I've gone ahead and I've implemented a forum on our website. And what it's going to have is you're basically going to have full access to everybody in the Mastermind group. There's a getting started section. You go in here and you'll have full access to the product again in case you lost your download or you need to get back in. So you can see here you're going to have full access to all the product and everything there. I've created a book review section. This is something that's going to help all of us involved here, because if we work together as a group, we can help each other get our book and get book reviews, because I think that part of getting that top spot is tied in with getting book reviews. So I think this is going to help us all too. So what we can do is as a group together, if you publish a book and you want to get people to review the book, I've done a little post here on how to post in the section. So you can create a new post. And in the subject, you're just going to put book review request. And then you're going to want to create I would put a link to your book where people can download the PDF file. So you should have the PDF file that you created. You're going to want to put that and allow people so they can actually see the book, so they can make an actual, an educated review on it, so it looks very, professional. And then I would also give a link to your book on Amazon, because that's where they're going to need to go and post a review. So as a community, we can help each other out. If you want to do a book review, or if you have book reviews, you can go ahead and post that information in the book review section. Go back to the beginning here. Other thing is all the resources, like the thing I talked about tonight is not in there yet, but we'll add that as a resource, MTurk. Everything else we've talked about last week, the author sites, they're all in here. This is just a nice consolidated place for you don't have to have PDF files and all that. All the links are in here for everything we talked about last week. Here's the photo sites that we have for getting the photos. Public domain. It's not that we haven't really talked about public domain. We talked about a little. I found a link here to a public domain site where you can get books that are already out in the public domain that you have free access to. And outsourcing. I have a link in here. We talked about Odesk, where you can find different things. I also put the MTurk link in here too, that we can obviously use that for doing your tags. If you want to outsource that, that's very cheap and you can get it done very quickly. And list building, I didn't talk about this too much. I put a link here because I think it's important that some of you, that you understand how powerful creating a book can be, and how you can actually use it to create a list. And some of you may not be in the internet marketing field, and some of you are, and you understand list building. Basically, list building is creating a list of people that are interested in the same topic. Like, let's say I have a book on weight loss, and I offered a free copy to people to get them to come on my list. Because the value of a list is the more people you have on your list, if you come out with another book next month, you already have an instant pool of people that you can announce your book to. And you say, next month I'm launching this book. So you have a way that you can potentially generate income rather quickly by building a list. And I'll go into more detail on this. If people are interested in that kind of stuff, I can do some more training on the list building and kind of how do you integrate this. Just to give you a sample of a site of kind of how we utilize the book along with list building. This was a book that we put together. This is a PLR book. And what we do is the book is published on Amazon, so somebody can click Add to Cart. So if I click that button, it's going to take me to Amazon, and I can buy the book. I can buy the book for $14.97. It's in stock. It's available. Or what I can do is, this is how I want to entice somebody, get your free copy of this hot new Amazon book. So they click here, and this is how I can collect somebody's name and email address. So all they do is put their name and email in, and I send them a free PDF copy of the book. So that way they're getting a real value. The book is published on Amazon. It has real costs associated with it, that it has value. So this is just another little technique that we kind of talk about in the product. That's why I put the resource in here under list building. And what we use there is Aweber. It's a really good list building tool, and it's really pretty cost effective. Let's jump back, see what else we have here. Okay, so that covers most of the resources that I've added so far. Like I said, this is Rob hasn't even seen this yet, and our support people haven't seen this. Our team, I actually decided to do this over the weekend because I really wanted to give you guys a consolidated place where you could go for everything. So there's still a lot more development that needs to be done. We do need to add. I want to add a lot more stuff, but I wanted to get the basic stuff out there. General discussion area. This is where we can talk amongst ourselves. Maybe Rob or I aren't around immediately and somebody has a question, they post it, then maybe another member would jump in and help them. It's just a way for us to be able to communicate with each other, maybe to share ideas, and just to be able to kind of, as a mastermind group, you like to kind of work together and be a supportive unit of each other. So this gives us a means that we can communicate back and forth with everybody else within this mastermind group. And then, of course, the weekly mastermind section is, this is going to be what we're talking about, like week 1. We'll go in and we'll have a link where you can download the webinar and any PDF or anything like that, or any other resources. We'll specifically divide them out into the different weeks that we have for the mastermind group. So that's about all we have added so far. That was my general, what I did over, I kind of threw this together over the weekend so I could have it ready for you guys tonight. But what's going to happen is, I'll give you guys the link to this and you can register. And then we have to approve you. So I'll probably approve everybody tonight after we get off the call. As we get off, all you have to do is you go to, let me see if I can copy this link and put it over in the chat window for everybody. It's basically quadcashprofitsystem.com/members. So that's going to, and you go there and you can, it's going to tell you it's a private forum. And what you do is you have to register. And obviously, if you're registering, we're going to let you in because nobody else knows about this link. So everybody that registers on the call, I'll jump, after we get off the call tonight, I'll make sure I can go in and approve everybody to get you into the forum tonight. All right, so let me do that. Let's see if I can post it. I don't think I can post it here. Everybody, was everybody able to get the link from the chat window? Just go ahead and give me a Y for a yes to make sure you guys were able to get the link and get to the site and make sure you guys can all register. Excellent. So yeah, if you go there and register, like if I log out here, you'll see that the screen will end up looking like this when you go there. All you have to do is click the register button and you're going to get this screen. You just choose a username, put your email and the password. That'll send us a link or send us a message that you registered, and we'll get you approved so that you can get into the system. Let me close that out. Okay, so that covers about everything that I kind of wanted to show you tonight, show you the resources. I wanted to show you the updated stuff. So I want to start, let me backtrack here. If you guys want to start putting your questions, I'm going to go back to the beginning and start taking a look at some of the questions. If anybody wants me to show you how to do anything in particular, go ahead and just start putting that in the question window now. I'm going to start going back here And let me see, we got that. And we'll start going down. Let's see here. Okay, is each tag, okay, Jim, is each tag compiled from a different person? Each tag is not, you're allowed to go in there yourself with a book. So this book here, it's not my book, but I can tag it if I want. So what you can do is your own book, when you come down to the actual tags, if I get down to them here, the actual tag section right here, your tags, add your first tag. So what you can do on your own book, you're going to add your own tags, and as many tags as you want you can put there. You know, I'd probably look for, and I decided to go with 3 common ones that are related to my book, my name, SEO, and search engine optimization, because those make the most amount of sense for what my book was in reference to. So I would say, you know, pick a good, you know, maybe 3 to 5 or 6 tags that are really relevant to your book, and you're going to add your tags. And then if you decide to use mTurk like I did, you're just going to give them instructions to, you know, go to this book, go down to tags, and then click on, you know, whatever the 3 or 4. You can have 3 or 4 or 5 if you want people to click on them. That'll work as well. I just decided to go with the 3, and that's what I paid them to do. If you're going to have them do more than that, 5, 6, or 7, or any more, you may want to pay them more than the 10 cents. Maybe you want to pay them, you know, 15 cents. All right, let me... All right, let's see, Alex. We got, okay, what else? Okay. All right, Keith, what are we saying here? Could you do a webinar for us going from start to finish the finer points of selling our site on Flip, but did you get the okay from Karina? Yeah, I didn't hear. I sent her a message. I haven't heard back from her on that. But from the designer standpoint, let me cover the first part of your question. Could you do a webinar for us going over the finer points of selling our site? Let me double check the video that we did, and I'll see if maybe we can make some improvements to that, to actually doing a better Flippa video if you want a little more, and I can give some more examples of the sites we used. Make it in depth. Okay. Alicia's asking how long will we have access. I think you're asking to the forum. You know, once you're a member of the forum is up and you'll have full access indefinitely. It's not like a 30-day or any type of period. So even after the Mastermind stops, and you guys will still have access to us as well as to each other, so that you can continue, because we hope that after the Mastermind you're not going to just stop you know, publishing books and doing that. So the forum will be there, and you'll have full access indefinitely to the forum. Okay, let's see. We got Jim. Where can I view the recordings of the? Okay, I have seminars I lead. I could take the call. Jim, the recordings are actually under quadcashprofitsystem.com/training, but they're also going to be, we're probably going to just start utilizing the forum, and we're going to post a link right in the forum. So go ahead, and as long as you sign up for the forum, there'll be a link in there so you'll have full access to view the replay as well as you can download it. So just make sure you join the forum. That way you'll have a full link in there. And everything can go off the forum for you. All right, let's go down here, Wendell. When your book is sold on Amazon, do you get the buyer's information email address? No, Wendell. Because you're basically you've published your book and you've give Amazon basically the rights there to distribute the book for you, you don't have access to any actual customer data because they handle the whole front end, all the selling, and all that. You don't have access to any of that. So it's just because Amazon handles all the front end, any of the returns, collecting the money, the shipping, and all that. So you don't have access to any customer data whatsoever. Okay, let me see. Alex is saying definitely list building too. Okay. Nice graphics. I guess you were talking about the sober side. Yeah, that one was actually a quick little template that I threw together. It really wasn't that involved. Let's see, a forum link that's going to be, yep, about the forum. How do I get the member site? Thomas, the member site right now, for everybody on the call, it's just a Quadcast Profit System training is where we have everything posted right now. And this has the week 1 video. You can click here to download it, and you can click here. This is the PDF of the sites we talked about last week. But what we're going to do is we're going to post all this stuff inside the forum. So the best thing from this point forward is make sure you register at the forum, and then you're going to have full access to all the stuff right from the forum. That way you don't have to go look for this link or that link. Everything's going to be consolidated right inside the forum for you. All right, let's let me catch up with the questions here. Keith, is the command center. It's funny you bring this up because I actually, it looks like I may have closed it on accident. I was just working on the command center, and I'm going to bring it up because for some of you may not even know what I'm talking about when I say command center. Let me find it because I was just working on this today. I'm trying to just wrap up the last few links I want to put in it, and then I'm going to get it out to everybody. And let me bring it up, and I'll show everybody what we're talking about. Here it is. What I do is when we did a webinar, and some of you may have seen my command center, or what I call it, and it's basically an HTML file that it's like a directory for me when I do a lot of projects. And this is the one I've started to build for this group. Links that I thought were relevant for you to be able to do different things. And that's kind of why it's taken me a little time, because I'm trying to sort out and make sure I put the best stuff in here and the stuff I know you guys could really use. And what it does is it allows you to quickly, like here's photo sites, you can click on any of these, it's going to open them in a new window. So you can quickly jump over to the free photo site. If you're doing list building, you can jump to Aweber. I already put a link to the forum, so you can quickly click on that. Brings you right to the forum. The training site, because we do have it up right now, brings you right to the training site. So this is basically a quick way. There's some other webcasting tools, some Google tools. This is kind of a neat way that, like Google Trends is a nice place you can look. This is what's trending really hot. So if you wanted to see what's really hot and what's trended a lot, and maybe give you some ideas for a book, these are the current hot topics of what's trending on Google. People are talking about, obviously, the World Cup, the oil spill, the new iPhone 4, and the NBA Finals. And then here's hot searches. You know, here's what people are searching for. These are really hot things in Google right now. So this kind of gives you some insight as to, it's kind of like breaking news, hot topics type thing. So I find Google Trends to be a neat tool. Another neat idea, what you can do is a lot of you may not have seen this. It's called Google Alerts. And what Google Alerts is you can take your topic and you can create an alert for anything. Let's say you write a book on, you know, I always go back to weight loss, but it just seems so common. But let's say you want to do an alert on weight loss, and you can do everything. If you do everything, that gives you news, it gives you blogs, it gives you video. So you can leave it on everything. You can tell me, send it once a day, and then you can, how many results do you want? 20 results, and then you put your email in. So let me just use one of my sample emails here, and I'll create an alert. So what it does is it creates an alert. So every time Google publishes content in the Google algorithm, in the Google system, if it gets published on Google for weight loss, at the end of the day, I'm going to have an email with 20 different new blogs, with new videos. So it's almost like having the freshest content available on Google. So if you're writing a book and you want to do this as research, and if you don't want to write a quick book, maybe you want to take some time and gather some research, this can make you basically an expert in any market. You could pick weight loss, you could pick basketball, you could pick tennis, you could pick any topic you want, you can create an alert for. And then you're going to get those emails on it, and you can actually do it as it happens. You can say, as the content gets posted, send me an email, so you can start to see all the different information and how that's all trending. and how it's all coming. So it's a really great way if you're breaking into a new niche or new area, because it can make you're just going to get the power of Google, and it's going to get dumped right into your email for you. So that's on there. Let's see what else is on here to walk through. Keyword research is kind of, that's a whole nother, this is a Google keyword tool. That could be a whole training session in itself. But basically why we haven't released this yet is because I'm just trying to make sure I compile the best links for you. So to get back to you, Keith, I haven't forgot about putting this out. I want to add a few more things, put some finishing touches. As soon as we get that finalized, we'll put it in the forum section for you. All right, let's go on. Joyce, where do you get your PLR, particularly longer ebooks and PLR software? Most of any of the PLR that I use, that's another thing I was going to show you guys real quick tonight, because it's almost ready to be released. And let me see if I can find it here. Where is my link? The new software, the PLR article collection software. Let me minimize this and bring this. This is the new version. It's going to look basically like all the version that you guys have. It's the same one, but the really neat thing they did, and it doesn't make a lot of difference, but what you do have the ability now on the new version, which this is a beta copy that James sent me, you can click on File, and you can import articles. So this is the one feature a lot of people were asking for. So you can basically you can go out and buy a new article pack, or 10 or 15 articles. You can grab it, you can import it, and dump it right into the software. So that should be, I believe he's getting ready to release that in the next week or two, and everybody that bought the system with that included will get a free upgrade to this new version for no cost. Totally free upgrade for life on this as we change it. All right, let me go back over here. And so, Joyce, to answer your question, I typically use that software for everything. If I'm going to go out, if I have a particular project that I'm going to look, I'll go out and search the internet. And I'll typically, a lot of times, I'll just go right out to Google. I'll go right here to Google, and if I have, weight loss, PLR, if I want to book on weight loss and I want a PLR rights to it, I'll look to different sites. I'll evaluate them. I'll try to look at their, how good they are, and I'll look for a really good, solid book or PLR pack that I can buy that I can reformat and package. So I don't have one actual location I'll use. I'll typically do a search like this when I want to do that. Let's see. Jim, one person, 10 cents. People do this for, yes, Jim, they actually do. They will go and click on those 3 links for me, and they'll make 10 cents. What they do is, because they do so many of them, that, because they do it so quickly, people do so many of these tasks, they call them hits. A hit is a job, like my job's a hit. So many people, they'll do that, and they'll go and do so many other hits. So by the time they're done, they end up making $15, $20 an hour, because they've done all these hits. But yes, it's very labor intensive. I'm certainly glad they're there, because I wouldn't do it for 10 cents, but I'm glad there's people that would, and definitely we can take advantage of the resource. Let's see, I got an email stating an upgrade for the PLR. Anyone got the download link? Yeah, Jim, I don't know if he's officially released it yet, but it should be coming soon if he hasn't already done it. I haven't got the official word from James that he's released it as of yet. Quadcast. We're still talking about this kit about releasing Quadcast to the public. Right now, it's only been a private launch, and only 6 partners have actually launched it. So you guys are still part of a select. I think we've had just about 600 people or so. So there's only about 600 people that have been exposed to this. There's talks of us doing a major launch. We are actually in talks with a product launch manager, but we haven't actually made an official decision yet if we are going to take it public yet. Armando, can you talk about offline marketing and selling your book? Not sure exactly how much detail you want me to go into there, Armando. That may be a whole nother session. But just to give you a quick synopsis of what I did, the idea behind my book, the new book I published, I'm doing testing with it for you guys so I can show you the tagging and getting it ranked. My goal really isn't to sell that on Amazon. The goal of that is, I call it a money magnet, a lead magnet, because I wrote the book and I'm going to order physical copies of the book. So I'm probably going to start out with about 20 copies of the book. I'm going to have them in my hand. I'm going to sign them at, me being the author. I'm going to sign them, and I'm going to put a yellow sticky note on top of the book and say, and I'm going to find about 20 businesses I want to target, offline businesses that I want to target for search engine optimization, because that's what I typically do in my offline business. So I'm going to put the sticky note on. I'm going to put it in a package, and I'm going to mail it to the person. I'm going to follow up those 20 people with a phone call, just, hey, I want to make sure you got my book. And then I'll ask them if they want to just sit down and grab a bite to eat and kind of talk about the different things they can apply to their business. When I did this in the past, I've been able to book over 75% of the appointments, because you're not going to a cold call. And any person that's in sales or anybody that wants to generate income this way, it's really easy, because with the book you're establishing yourself as that expert in the industry, because most of the presidents, the owners of these companies, they see you as a published author on Amazon. They don't look at you that you're this offline consultant. They look at you as an expert in the industry. You send them a free gift that has value, and you did that, and now you just want to meet with them. It's really not a cold call. It's very warm. It's a friendly interaction, because you've already done a favor to them, because you've given them this book, which is valuable. They can apply the principles in the book, and they can do stuff, but most of them don't want to. They want to just, if they can hire somebody that's an expert, they would rather do that. So I hope that gives you a quick overview, Armando. Is the management tool in the training area to download? Not sure what you're looking for, Marjorie. If you could clarify what you mean by the management tool. I'm not quite sure what you're referring to. All right, Thomas, that is the reason you need to put links in your book to your website. Yeah, I guess if you're talking about driving people back to your site, that would be a reason that you'd want to put a link in your book. Once again, Tuesday for the latest software. Okay, Jim's saying he read the email again. Tuesday is the day, not Monday for the late. Yeah, I think if I remember correctly, James mentioned something about Tuesday, so they may be releasing the software tomorrow for everybody. Wendell, looks like we covered that. Any update on the PLR software? So that looks like it may be coming out tomorrow. Thomas, yeah, that's another thing. If some of you did in the Hall of Fame, we talked a little about it last week. As soon as you guys get done with your book, make sure you send us a link, because we're going to get you on the Hall of Fame. It's directly accessible from the main site. You can click on this, but it is the quadcashprofitsystem.com/authors, and these are our published authors to date. So if you're not on here and you want to be on here, make sure you send us a link to your Create Space if you have it, or your Amazon once you get live there. Alicia, the Command Central is great. Will this? Yeah. Once I get it done, I want to finish and make sure I get all the links in here for you. And actually, what I may do is I may publish it on the QuadCash site. That way, I can still update it for everybody, and then you guys could just have a link. And as long as you open the link to it, you can always have access to it. So I may just publish it on our site. That way I can continuously keep it updated for everybody and keep fresh stuff. And if I come up with a new resource, I can put it on there for you. So that's going to be coming out soon, and everybody will have access to that. Yes, Lynn, the Mastermind recordings will be available for, yes, they're going to be, the best thing to do for everybody, like I said, is to register for the forum. So go to the forum site, register there, and that way you'll have a way to get linked to the Mastermind replays. Let's see, Wendell, did they get the chapter titles problem fixed in the new version? You know what, I haven't. The version I have, we talked about doing, at least trying to getting the titles in there, so you have to do the cutting and pasting, and I believe that was an objective. I haven't talked to James in about a week, so I'm not quite sure if that has been fixed. I know they were working on it, and I actually found a way to get around it with the new software, but I'm going to wait and see what they come up with. If they don't, I will show people how to import articles that want to get around the title thing. I found a way to kind of trick the software. but I want to. He may have actually found a way that just takes the existing content and does it. So we'll wait and see when that comes out. We can make a decision, by next Monday, and we'll let you know on that. Joyce, so you don't belong to any subscription site? No, I don't subscribe to any. I don't feel the need that I need to pay a monthly fee or anything to be. There's so much PLR out there. When I find an actual project or I decide on an actual topic I want to do, I'll go and do my research then. If I don't pull the content out of the software, then I will go and look for actual PLR content out on the internet. But I don't see the value in doing a monthly subscription. I don't use that PLR content that much that it would be worth me to pay a monthly fee. Let's see, Keith, could you do a webinar for us on keyword research? When doing a Google search for PLR, how comfortable are you that you're not downloading viruses and Trojan? You basically got to look at your site stuff, and see, what kind of stuff is coming up. Let me jump over here and let's take a look. Like at this search we did here. Like this is just called fat loss PLR. Most PLR stuff is going to be pretty. This site looks. There's an average article count. I typically, if I'm going to look, these are article packs. Quicken. Here's 19 Quicken. Now this to me, if this 10 private, if this was an actual book, which it appears it may be, because 19 Quicken, that's kind of a nice title. So you could easily turn that into 21 ways. You could grab a couple other tips. And if this had enough content in it, to me, this might be something I would look at grabbing if I was going to get, to do a weight loss book. So you're going to want to just analyze, what you're getting to see what it is. If we look at more details for the stuff, 9 steps to risk-free weight loss surgery. So you're getting a PLR report that's got so many words that doesn't look like it's that long to me. So it may not be enough content to turn into a book. So you got to kind of just look at it. I've never really run across any problems with viruses or anything like that. As long as you have a virus program on your computer, it would catch anything if you do have something in there. As per the keyword research, maybe I can do. I actually, for people that want to understand keyword research, I have another site, and it's not selling anybody anything, but I'm going to put the link in. I'll put the link in the chat window for everybody. I'll put it up here on the screen too. I created a site called keyword, if this would type for me. Okay, that's not going to work. Let's see if I can get this to type. It's called keywordcrusher.com. If you go to keywordcrusher.com, and let me, it's a site that I did, and I recorded a video on how to go out and do keyword research. And it's basically going to go. It shows you how I basically unveil this niche. That'll show you how to do keyword research. If you guys opt in at the bottom, there's an opt-in for it, and this was basically meant as a lead magnet type thing. I actually show you how to monetize the keywords. But if you guys just mainly pay attention to the first video, it shows you how to do really good keyword research and how you can break them down using free tools. So I'm going to put this in the chat window too. So if anybody is interested in keyword research, you can go to keywordcrusher.com, and that will help you understand how I do a lot of my keyword research. Let's see. Could you add a section in the command center with links to places we can sell the books other than Amazon? We can look at that, Marjorie. I hadn't really thought about it. You can basically sell your book anywhere with a link. You can join book clubs. You can join clubs or forums within your niche, and you could sell the book there. But, yeah, we can definitely have an idea. Maybe put a section where people can have ideas where they can post their books for sale. And actually, some of the links we posted last week allow you to post your book for sale in those places so people know about them. That was okay, Marjorie, so we're good there. Do you have a certain word count that you opt for when building a book? Thomas, I don't necessarily look for the word count. It's more... it's not necessarily the word counts, the pages. Like if I had a PLR book, and I knew the PLR book was about 25, 30 pages, and that's a standard formatting of a document, 8.5 by 11. I know that if I crunch that down to a 6 by 9 book, I'm going to end up with my 45, 50-page book. So I don't necessarily look at word count. I typically look more for a page count. So anything usually around 25 to 30 pages of PLR, I know once I squeeze it down and I do the spacing and a half inside the formatting, that I know I'm going to get a book that's typically, you need a minimum of 36 pages. So you're easily going to get that with a book that's 25 to 30 pages. You're probably going to get a book that's 45 or higher. So I don't typically look for count. I look for page count there. How does one join the forum? I missed this. Okay, basically, for anybody that came on late, let me bring the link up here. Anybody that came on late, and I actually put it in the chat window. If you look in your chat window, there's a quadcashprofitsystem.com/members. So if you came in late, let me type it up here for everybody too, if I can. quadcashprofitsystem.com/members. If you go there, you're going to see the form, and you can, all you have to do is click the register button, and that'll submit you into the queue. And like I said, when I get off the call tonight, I'll go personally approve all you tonight that submitted, so you get, because I haven't told, like I said, I haven't told the staff, or Rob, I sent him a link to it, but I don't even know if he's looked at it because I haven't talked to him. I know he's been dealing with some stuff with his family, so he probably doesn't even know that it's live. So our support team and Rob doesn't even know we have the forum yet. So I'll go in tonight and approve everybody. If you have any questions, you can actually send them to the support email, and we'll make sure we get you taken care of. But as long as you go there and register, I'll get you approved tonight. That way you'll have access to all the I'll post a link to the keyword crusher in there as well, in case people want to access to that for keyword research, and that kind of shows you how I go about it. And we should be, like I said, the command center should be ready soon. Actually, what I may do is just update I may put this on our website, like I said, where you can go to like quadcashprofitsystem.com/command, and that way it'll be live, but that way I can still get to it and update it for everybody. So I may do that, as long as that way everybody will get their hands on that. Let's see, Jim, can you still hear us, Jim? I see you lost the sound. Did it come back in? Sometimes the phone drops out on me. And okay. So that is there any more? It looks like we've reached the end of the questions. Has anybody else got? Okay, Jim, you're back on. Does anybody else have any other questions? Any other? Make sure. Let me close this out and go back to the whiteboard. Yeah, just make sure, I want everybody to have this link, quadcashprofitsystem.com/members, and that's going to, you want to click the registration button. And I'll go there right now so everybody can see it, because I want to make sure you guys get in on that, because that's where we're going to post all your content. All you have to do is, when you get this, you're going to see Quadcash Profit System members. There's a button right here. You click register, and you're just going to fill in your username. And you can pick any username you want, your first name, last name, as long as it's not taken. You can pick that, and that'll give you access to the forum. And when I get off the call, I'll go in and approve everybody tonight so that you'll have access. And then probably tomorrow, we'll go ahead and we'll post the recording for tonight. So what you'll do is you'll go in here, in case you guys missed that part of it, under the okay, it looks like a bunch of you jumped on because we got 28 members waiting approval, so I'm going to be doing my approving here. So some of you already did that. What you're going to be able to do is, you have all the sections, but under the weekly mastermind, you'll be able to click that, and you'll click on week 2, and then we'll have a link here where you can download, and I'll have a link where you can actually go and view the replay right live online. So that's where you'll be able to find that. And then in the other stuff, I'm going to talk about resources. I'll actually go in here and I'll add a new post, and I'll call it keyword research. I'll do this for you guys right now so you'll have it in there when it goes live in case you want it. Keywordcrusher.com, and I will post that for you. But all the other, any other research, the MTurk stuff, I will get that added to the outsourcing, and any other stuff that we talked about tonight, I'll make sure I add that as well. And just to recap, anybody that has general questions in the general discussion, if you want certain kind of help, or if you have a general topic you want to, go ahead and post them there. That way other members will see them and we can get answers, and that way we can all kind of share and grow together. As well as remember the book review section. If you do have a live book and you want to request a book review, go ahead and post the book review there. And the only other last thing is any of you that published a book and haven't sent it to us yet, if you send an email to quadcashsupport@gmail.com and just put published author in the subject, and then just send us a link to the to your book so that we can put you on the author section. Let's see, Joyce, what other sorts of uses do you have for the people who perform simple tasks online? Replying to your threads or forums, maybe. That is something you can do, Joyce. You're probably referring to the MTurk. And yeah, and you can think of, it's basically, I try to keep MTurk to simplistic tasks where you could do that, where you could tell them to go to a forum and post a reply, like if you had blog commenting or forum posting. If you have very specific tasks, like go here, click on this, and input this data that you give them. As long as you keep it very structured and simple, I think it's a great way to get very cheap little tasks done, just like the tagging. You know, for me to go out and try to find 60-some-odd people to tag that, and I basically paid them 10 cents a piece. It's insane. Yeah, Alicia, that was MTurk. And you can use MTurk for other things. It doesn't have to be just for tagging. I wouldn't use them for the book reviews. I'm trying another method for the book reviews. And once I get that down pat, I'll share it with you guys on the best way. Other than us helping each other out with book reviews, I'm trying to do some outsourcing with book reviews. And once I get it narrowed down to where it makes sense and is cost effective, I'll let you guys know exactly how you can get the cheapest book reviews, because I think that's going to be one of the main pieces that's going to catapult your book to the top of the when you search for an actual keyword. So that, and we can help each other with the book reviews here, because a lot of books in your niche, you know, they may only have 10 or 15 book reviews, and with the amount of members we'll have in this group, we have about, if everybody actually signs up for the forum, I believe we have close to 100 members in our mastermind. We could actually help each other out quite a bit. You know, if we got a bunch of the members to do book reviews for you, and they don't have to be long, they can be quick, and they can give you 4 stars or 5 stars, and you know, if you have 10 or 15 solid reviews like that, you're going to start moving up that ranking really quickly. Let's see, let's do one last check. I don't see. If anybody has any other final questions before we sign off here, go ahead and type them in. Or if anybody else wants to see any last minute things, go ahead and type it in the question thing now. Otherwise, we're going to wrap this up, and I'm going to go in and start approving the 29 people that have submitted their forum registration tonight. So let me go back over here and close this out. Any suggestions on where to get outsourcing for doing the books? Alicia, I would make sure you register for the forum. Because in the forum there's a resource. Under resources, go to outsourcing, and Odesk is in here. Odesk is great for article writers, assistants, book covers, book reviews. They're a good place that you'd want it for if you actually wanted somebody to compile a book for you. So I've definitely started with Odesk. They tend to be really good for that aspect. Where can I get help centering your screen during the webinar? I still only can see half your screen. I'm missing the left half. When you have the forum on the screen, I only see the log on. Alex, I'm not sure why you're not getting the whole screen. Everybody else can see it. and it might be your go-to webinar has just they do a computer check on. If you go to their main site, I think you can run. They have a program you can run to check everything. Something sounds like it's not letting you view that other half for some reason, because the full screen is there and everybody else can see it. Great. Wendell's saying, I have to reduce the view size of my screen to 75% in order to see your whole screen. So Alex, if there's a place where you can do view and do 75%, I'm not quite sure. Let me see if there's a place where I could tell you, because I'm on the organizer side, so I can't really see what you're seeing. I can see an audience view, and it shows the whole screen. Wendell's saying in the bottom right corner of Internet Explorer, if you're using Internet Explorer, Alex, he reduces it to 75%, and he can see my whole screen. Yeah, lower right-hand corner. Bottom right I have at 100%. We'll try to change that to 75%, Alex. Yes, I see it on two screens and can move your window to either. Yeah, Thomas, that's. But Alex, go ahead. If you try to switch that to 75%, maybe it'll take it down to where you can see it. All right, let me move this up here. Okay, so we have this. So let me move back to the home. All right. All right, make sure I got the. Richard says get Firefox. Yeah, I use Firefox. I agree, Richard. It tends to have a lot more functionality. A lot of this stuff, if you guys can see on my screen. Okay, Alex, you had to go down to 70, so that works. So, Alex, you should be good now. When you watch the replay, you shouldn't have any problems. So I'm glad we were able to help you with that. I'll keep that in the back of my mind for anybody else that has the view problem. But yeah, with the Firefox, you guys can see a lot of these. These are all plugins and all these things down here I use. I wanted one last little thing that I thought was really neat, and I didn't even plan it this way, but this guy shows the power of search engine optimization. My new book, this website was only registered about, at most 2 weeks ago. I think it was only a week. So I registered my website for my new book called Page One or Die. I loaded WordPress. I loaded a basic SEO packet onto the blog. I mean, I'm going to the site in a minute because I'm going to show you how terrible the site looks because I haven't done anything with it. But I set it up, WordPress, configured it. Look at this keyword. Now, I know it's not a hot keyword, but it still is pretty impressive. The term Page One or Die is, there's 134 million results out there in Google. And here's my book at number 1 and number 2. And I've done no SEO work to this. I mean, I can put it there anyway if I wanted to, but all I've done is load this site. I'm going to show you how nasty it is. I don't even have a category here. It's uncategorized. But I've actually got my main page, and I have an indentation, which is what you want in SEO because this really makes you stand out. And I'll show you guys the page to show you that I've really done nothing spectacular. The page actually looks pretty crappy. I just threw this simple theme on it. I've put my title there. I've put a header tag. You know, it has the picture of my book. There's no way even to order the book. This is a free mobile theme that I threw on there. There's nothing on here. There's no content whatsoever on this page at all. So this kind of goes out to dispel myths out there about Google and content and all that. There's no content whatsoever on the site. It's purely optimized for my name, which is Page One or Die. And it's in there in the title here. It's all optimized. It shows you the power of WordPress and why we use. This is why I guess my audio. How does it come across now? Do I sound okay to everybody now? Wobbly? No. Breaking up. I guess. Let me see. How does it sound now? It's breaking up. I'm talking underwater. Yeah. All right, well, let me try to wrap up here because I don't know why this sounds funny. But I just wanted to show you this one last thing that I've done nothing spectacular. This is why WordPress is so powerful because by using some plugins and optimizing the keywords. There's no content whatsoever, and you can see there that, 134 million results I'm in one do. So yeah, that's the power of WordPress. So that's too many pages up. Yeah, I'm not sucking up much memory on my computer and it's making it show. So I'm going to go in now and approve these. If nobody else has any other questions, we'll wrap up for tonight, and I will see you guys next week. Everybody have a great week. We'll talk to you soon.